So we're going to come over here and open this door, and we're going to be in for a pleasant surprise on the other side. Pleasant surprise being another Decepticon war machine. As you can see, it just used its beam attack that I said was so dangerous and melted down those three guys. And there's nothing we can do about that. So it'll probably also take out our other brute as well. But we're not going to worry about that. We're also not going to worry about the other fallen Autobot soldier that we can revive over there. We're going to pull a Armada hotshot on him and just leave him there to die. And we could perfectly go and help him at our own expense. Was that cruel of me to say? I don't care. That was mean. No disrespect to Armada hotshot. Anyway, yeah, basically what I'm going to do is go hide over here in this corner and where the ammo spawns and just spam him with the car's machine gun, because that's really the best way to go. And it's really just going to allow us to sit here and spam him until he dies, because it really can't hit us back here. And or maybe it can, and maybe it's just not. It's just concentrating on the other guys. But this is really the best place to hide, and I think this is the way to take him out extremely quickly, because as you can see, we haven't even taken a hit yet. Oh, spoke too soon. And he's already almost dead. So in the time that took me to explain the strategy of how to kill it, we've already killed it. So much for a mini-boss. But yeah, I think I said earlier in the game that when we fought the second one, we would have other allies, so yeah, this one is a little bit easier. And a scattered blaster here that we'll never use. Let's head inside the Decagon place thingy with all the Dark Energon in it, and slide around like we're Michael Bay is sideways, or not sideways, sideswipe on two wheels or whatever. We're 280s for that nonsense. So there's Dark Energon around this door, and we're gonna have to blow that open because the Energon repair sentry can't do it fast enough, and we're impatient. We come to this area, and there's gonna be some Seekers we have to deal with. Don't we just love Seekers? And there's also going to be a conveniently placed thermo rocket launcher here that we can absolutely need to pick up if we want to deal with these guys efficiently, because the pistol can deal with them in 2 shots, whilst the thermo rocket launcher can deal with them in 1. And it also targets them, so it makes it damn near impossible to miss. So as I've said earlier in the game, the thermo rocket launcher is the best weapon by far for dealing with the Seekers and the other airborne enemies, making this room extremely easy, as per usual. And these are probably going to be the 2 weapons I have for the rest of the mission, I think. They are pretty nice to have. Still going to be using the pistol for the most part against these scouts and even the soldiers as well. The soldiers, being a little bit tougher, can probably take a rocket before I unload on them with the pistol. We still have full grenades, but there's still some more back there if we wanted them. And for some reason, even though the Seekers have turned into their robot modes, we can still target their feet thrusters or whatever. Maybe it's because it's a thermo rocket launcher, it targets the source of heat, beating their jet exhaust thingies. I don't know how that targets a car, though. Maybe the car has jet exhaust things on it. Because it's a Cybertronian car, we have no idea how it works. But who knows? They haven't explained the exact science of this rocket launcher, why it can only target vehicles and not robots, but if it could target robots, it'd be pretty broken. But I would also like that very much. So we're coming over here. We have to jump across these random spinning platforms that I don't know what architectural purpose they serve. And as we come across the second one after picking that ammo, we're going to have a couple Seekers to deal with, and we'll be sitting ducks here on this platform, so it's very nice that we have the thermo rocket launcher so we can take them down with 1 shot and not have to worry about dodging them, which we really can't do on these tiny little platforms. Also, we're going to have to dodge backwards over this part unless we want to wait for it to go all the way around. And if we probably do, then the guy over there who is slowly dying will probably die already because we waited too long. That is actually the hardest Autobot to get to in this mission that you have to revive if you want to go for the Paging Ratchet achievement. So if you're trying to get to that one, then you're having a hard time. I don't blame you, because it took me a long time to figure out how to get to him as well. A couple more scouts down here. Sometimes they'll be out in the open, but for whatever reason they decided to cower over here. Really the best way to get to that guy over there and revive him is to go against go in the opposite direction that those platforms are moving in, and just use your dash. So you kind of have to be Bumblebee or Optimus, preferably Bumblebee because he's faster. Oh look, it's the Decagon, which apparently is a giant transforming building that is not really a building in disguise, except as itself. But yeah, that achievement is only tricky because of that guy right there and the guy, the second guy you had to revive that was really oddly placed in a location you're not really supposed to go to. Oh look, it's Ironhide. He looks like he's ready to kick some ass. Hopefully he has enough reinforcements to back him up. I think he does. He's got a destroyer. He should be good to go. Plus he's Ironhide. Got an overshield right here. You make sure you want to pick that up because there's going to be a big fight coming up here. Make sure you stock up on ammo. There's some other weapons in here that I think are utterly pointless because we have pretty much the best weapons we could ask for at this point. Unless you're playing as Optimus, in which case you'll be forced to have, oh dang, that is a giant transforming building. It does look pretty cool. If you're Optimus, you're going to force to have the Ion Blaster, so you'll either want to have one or the other with these weapons. I kind of still recommend you have the Rocket Launcher, just because we will probably have to fight more secrets later. So you might as well hold on to it, because I don't know if we're going to be able to find another one. So this encounter is going to be pretty big here, and most of the other Autobots in this area are kind of scripted, so they'll just kind of drop dead at certain intervals when the plot demands it, sort of. But we're going to strategically take out all the guys around here. The toughest guy is obviously going to be the Brute, because we don't have any exceptionally powerful weapons to take him down. We just have these precision weapons, or weapons that are only good against certain types of enemies. I still like these weapons, and I'm still going to get a few headshots on him with the pistol here, which really won't do that much damage. Even the rockets really won't do that much, but if I go up and throw my grenades at him, that might do something. So I'm working on that a little bit. About 2 of the rockets will take down the scouts. So it's a bit of the opposite with the Seekers. 1 shot with the pistol if you hit him in the right spot, and 2 shots with the rockets, as opposed to 2 shots with the pistol and 1 shot with the rocket with the Seekers. I don't know why that is, but it's just weird stuff. And we appear to be running low on ammo. The thermal rocket launcher does not have a very large clip, although I can't imagine it would, because it's a rocket launcher. It's not really supposed to have a clip at all. Alright, we took down the Brute with our machine gun on our car. That's probably the best way to go. It's really the most powerful thing we have, and most characters and most classes is the vehicle weapon. Especially if you're a scientist / jet, because you'll have 2 weapons which both have unlimited ammo, except in multiplayer, which only have 1 weapon which does not have unlimited ammo, which is more balanced, but is also quite lame. But yes, there's going to be quite a few guys over here defending the entrance to the Decagon. I almost said Iacon there. Iacon is the city, the Decagon is this thing. I'm not really quite sure what the Decagon is. I believe Iacon has been used in other Transformers series before, or just Transformers lore in general. I believe it's just widely considered the Autobot capital city on Cybertron, which it is in this game. The only guys you really need to worry about, other than the soldiers and the 1 Brute, is these guys up on top of the buildings with the rocket launchers. Because as usual, guys that stand in place and camp with rocket launchers are always obnoxious. And for whatever reason, that guy randomly decided to transform, so we almost got a lock on him with our rocket launcher, but almost. There's also occasionally there'll be some exploding barrels around here, and you can shoot those. But really, for this part in particular, Ratchet is actually really good for this, because he has the force field and he has the sentry turret, so he is very defensive. Speaking of abilities, I demonstrated the shockwave ability there as Bumblebee against that guy, and I actually killed him with it, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, this part is not really hard with any of these characters if you're going really slow. Oh god, a brute. Whoa! Ironhide, damn. Yeah, Ironhide's pretty badass. Like most characters we can't play as yet, but don't worry, we'll be able to play as Ironhide soon enough. We still have most of our overshield, which tells us how good we did in that part. So we don't need another, we don't need more health. There is actually, as it turns out, another thermal rocket launcher over here, so if you wanted to drop it earlier if you were playing as Optimus, then go right ahead. Not that I even care to recommend it. But yes, like I was saying, Ratchet is really good in that part. But, I don't know if there's actually any other Autobot characters I'll be using that have... Yeah, pretty much throughout the rest of the game, the characters I'm going to be choosing are not going to have the Force Field or the Sentry, so I'm not really going to be able to demonstrate how good they are anymore. But that's really the only reason why I would choose Ratchet for this mission, because, like I said, being the medic is kind of pointless, because like I said, you can't revive, you can't heal your allies because they can't die from battle, and you can't heal yourself, so except with Energon healing grenades, which you'd be able to find as any character. So there, in case I have been neglecting to describe the encounter we're in right now, there's just a bunch of scouts and soldiers pouring out of this door. The only bad part is you don't really have a lot of cover, and if you're running low on ammo and you want to switch to your car mode to do a lot of damage like I'm doing right here, you need to be extra careful. You don't get one of those soldiers who wants to go all kamikaze on you and get really close to you, a bit uncomfortably close, because he will do a lot of damage to you very quickly because you're a car and he's a soldier. That's the way it works. But we have an overshield, and we're going to get another overshield over here, so we never even lost the first one. We're going to only got about halfway damaged, and we're just going to go ahead and replenish it. So we are doing really, really good in this part. Unfortunately, as we come down here, we're going to have another brute who's kind of just sitting here already. Not going to make a dramatic entrance or anything like that. I used the shockwave on him for no reason whatsoever. I thought it would do damage, but it didn't. We almost lost our entire overshield already in this fight. Yeah, overshields don't last very long at all against brutes because they have that stupid EMP effect. But yeah, Ironhide's not around to help us, but we can do the usual thing we do against brutes, I guess, at this part. That went really, really fast, but it also goes pretty fast as Ratchet, like I said earlier, because of his sentry turret. Now, this thing right here seems to baffle people who play this mission on co-op with you, and always the people who are playing on co-op with you always want to seem to screw it up for you for some reason. But what you have to do is you have to shoot the little red things to align it. You have to shoot the one on the left twice, I believe, maybe 3 times to get it to go in the direction you need to go in. I didn't know why it was not triggering, so I just activated the switch anyway to see what it would do. Because you see it's not reacting for whatever reason. There we go, it moved, so that's 1 shot. And 2 shots. So yeah, it's only 2 shots. I suppose you could shoot it the other way and it would do the same thing, but it would probably take more shots. So this is just quicker. And there's some conveniently placed ammo for us in case we are out of ammo for some reason at this part when you need to shoot something. Thank you, game, for giving us ammo when we need to shoot stuff. So over here there's going to be random flying things that I don't know what they are, and this is going to be a some kind of Energon processing thing. Energon is just such a diverse thing they can use for different plot devices. Energon can be used for pretty much anything. But it's these giant cubes, which cubes can also be used for anything it seems in the Transformers universe. And they will rise up here and go someplace else, and we can basically use them as an unconventional elevator. And up here there'll be giant lightning bolts that are going to cross here. We need to wait for them to stop so we can go over to this section where there's going to be a giant arc that's going to be powering up these cubes. And while they're here getting powered up, we can jump on them and over the beam itself, because the beam will kill us otherwise. Seems simple enough, except when your AI allies are getting in your way and you have to wait for them to go first. Another thing, same here with the EMP. The lightning bolts have a little EMP effect, so that may disable the rest of my overshields, unfortunately. But there's some conveniently placed health. So whenever the Energon Cube pops up over here, we can ride that up to the next level. We'll have to do this a couple more times before we get up to the boss of this mission. It's the actual boss, not the mini-boss. I'm not going to spoil who it is right now. That will be in the next video, probably. Hopefully that'll be the final video for this mission. It's been a long one.